Lord.
Don't be a loser.
For the love of God.
I'm Stephanie.
I'm Helen.
Thank you for tuning into our podcast. So, today is Helen and James' 19th wedding anniversary.
Yay! I didn't realize you knew that. Yay! Thank you.
So, congratulations. Do you have any tips for newlyweds or anyone who might need a tip?
No,
No?
no, just do what you need to do. You
Yeah,
know, yeah, no, because every marriage is different, but you know, do what you need to do to make it work.
there
That's
you go.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I can spout a whole bunch of cliches. Communication. Don't go to bed angry. Do what you need to do. But thank you. I didn't realize that you knew. So,
Yes.
yeah. I
Well,
forgot, to be honest.
you forgot.
James texted me because when I got to work this morning, he goes, I forgot to tell you happy anniversary. And I was like, oh, yeah, happy anniversary. And then he came to my office and he brought like a dozen red roses and he dropped me off a card. And I was in a meeting, so I could only see him for like 10 seconds to say thank you. And yeah,
That's really
it
sweet,
was
though.
really, really sweet of him.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's really good about that. He always remembers, and I quite frankly always forget. And I don't I don't know what that says about about us, but at least one of us is keeping score.
I think only one, it's as long as one of you does, and it's not like it's a holiday or whatever. I mean, it's your anniversary, but it's not like the
Yeah,
date's also a holiday or.
yeah. So no.
So
And then so we had our anniversary dinner tonight. I met him at our church. It's Worship Wednesday, so but James always does the safety team, so he's doing security at the church. So I met, on Wednesdays I meet him there and we have dinner together and then I come home and do this podcast with you sometimes on Wednesday nights and wait for Sabri to come home from my mother-in-law's. But
nice.
yeah, but no, it was a nice surprise to see him. I always love getting flowers. I love flowers. And
Yes.
so it was nice that he made the drive down to the office and dropped them off. So it was very, very appreciated.
Yes. That's awesome. Props to James.
Yes, he definitely.
Yes.
Yeah. I know not all guys are like that. So
Right.
I am very lucky and blessed that my husband remembers those things.
Yes. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to take a 180 here. So the elections were yesterday,
Yeah.
and Mondami wins New York City.
I told you he would.
I thought he would. I was hoping that maybe he wouldn't.
Yeah, but
Um,
people don't have more than two brain cells, so they just hear the word free and they don't understand that free doesn't really mean free. There's taxes involved and someone has to pay those taxes. And guess what? The people who are paying those taxes are going to get sick of it and they're going to leave. And then who's going to give you all your free stuff? Geniuses.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. I was not surprised, but I definitely was like, all right, let's just buckle up and see what happens because if he doesn't deliver on what he says, it's going to be a disaster for him. Although he'll just pass the blame on to other people saying, they didn't let me do it, they didn't support me. And if he does do all the things he's saying, it's going to turn New York into a total dumpster fire. So it's crazy. Like either way, it's just not good for New York City. It's one election. Somebody did say, probably it's a good thing so that people can see how socialism and communism really work and that they don't work. They're not successful. So maybe
Mhm.
that'll kill the movement to bring that into the US, which is definitely not a communist or socialist country. It's a democratic republic. So yeah, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. But I saw something and I didn't get a chance to see if it was true, but they said that someone hacked into the computer system at the celebration, and it said, and it had a huge screen, and it said Trump's your president in front of everybody. I don't know if it's true. I didn't get a chance to look into it, but if it is true, that's awesome and hilarious. So I hope it is. But
I saw on social media something that said that, and I just thought it was like a meme.
that's it. I don't know if it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
Either way, it's funny.
that would be awesome if it was. But either way, it's still hilarious.
I'm on that same train of thought of at least it's at the state level versus,
City level.
excuse me, yeah, city level versus the whole country, as in like the presidential election,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
that
I
could
mean,
have happened.
New York is a huge city. It's got a huge budget and it's got a lot of resources, lots of people that live there. So
Hmm.
it will be interesting to see what happens because clearly he got a lot of the youth vote. And
Hmm.
because again, they're for some reason think that free really means free as opposed to free meaning taxes. Someone has
Hmm.
to pay for it. So where's that money going to come from?
Yeah.
And I think it's hilarious when they're saying tax the rich when his family's multimillionaires. Yeah. And it's like, do people know who they voted for? I don't know. I don't think they do. I just think they hear free and they just vote for free because they're lazy and they don't understand politics and they don't understand how businesses work and they just don't understand anything other than what they want at that moment in their lives. Very
Right.
selfish, very lazy, very dumb. But that's typical.
Childlike.
Yeah. But that's the typical voter for that type of candidate. So yeah.
I saw on one of the social medias, Deborah Messing, and
Hmm.
I love her as an actress. But she said, I can't vote for him because he's 33 years old and he's never had a job.
Right.
So I'm going to vote for Cuomo, which to me, Cuomo of the two Democrats would be definitely the lesser of two evils. So I definitely agreed with that. But
Right.
I, I just thought it's interesting that now he's going to tell people who work and people who have real lives and real problems and face the day-to-day traffic and going to the grocery store, um, childcare, all of the things that regular normal adults face that he at 33, who's never had a job, apparently won't understand. And how is he going to try to help people understand any of that or do anything with it?
He's not. He's not going to do anything good.
No, no.
Yeah, it's gonna be a disaster, but that's what they want. So that's what they get and that's what they deserve. So when they start complaining, like it's like, shut up. You deserve this. This is what you wanted. So suck it up, Buttercup. You got it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I just can't wait to see the mass exodus out of New York City by the
Hmm.
wealthy, and the people who can afford to go, like middle class. And it's not going to be easy for everyone to leave. So some of them will be staying, but quite a few are going to go. I mean, if they're coming to Florida, they better go see you. But
Right.
otherwise, I don't want them coming here. They can go somewhere else. But, you know, yeah, it'll be real interesting to see how it all plays out.
Yes. So, I mean, if only there were ways we could look at it in the past to see how it worked.
Are you crazy?
I
What?
know, I know,
Are you bringing up history? You want people to actually study history? What is wrong with you? Did you
I
take
know,
crazy
I know.
pills today?
I'm cold-hearted.
You're not a sweet friend.
Yes, yes. I'm scary.
Oh my God.
Oh man. And another topic, this is not a great segue. I'm going to have to work on this because I laugh and go into a sad, very serious topic. Um, and I'm actually just going to kind of worded as a bullet point because I know you and I talked about this and it was something you had wanted to discuss on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
But in Nigerian, the Christian persecution.
Yes. Oh my gosh, those poor Christians, those poor people in Nigeria. Their churches are being destroyed, burned down. They're getting killed, shot, raped, stabbed, murdered. Just, oh my gosh, all the atrocity that's happening to these poor Nigerian Christians. And their priests are so brave. Their reverends are so brave. They're going on social media and they're calling it out, saying, "You don't believe this is happening, but it is. Let me show you." And they're showing their burned churches and they're showing the girls that were attacked, not showing their faces, just showing their backs, but the girls are speaking and they're asking them questions like, "Tell us what happened to you." And then just the women just crying and saying, "They killed my son, they killed my husband, they killed my daughter." Like, there thousands and thousands and thousands of them, hundreds of thousands of them are getting killed, and thousands of churches are being destroyed by Muslims. There is, and Trump is all over it now, which is amazing. It's amazing.
Well, and to that next point, Nicki Minaj, I guess, thanked President Trump for taking the killings of the Christians in Nigeria seriously. And she's grateful that we live in a country where we can practice our religion in the US. And she's getting flack and kickback, and people are trying to cancel her over this.
Yeah, she's lost, I think, like, oh, hey, babe.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, she's lost so far, I think she said like over 100,000 followers because she was supporting Trump in this. Hey, baby, you want to come?
Hi. Ooh, cool shirt.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He's like, thank you, I'm out.
Yeah, he gets a
Wow.
little bashful because that was not his real voice. He doesn't sound like a chipmunk. Okay,
Good night.
hang on, let me help him since he just got home. Okay, here you go, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's crazy how wanting to say thank you to Trump for standing up for the Christians in Nigeria that are getting persecuted, the genocide and everything, and people are attacking her. That's how mentally ill these people are.
I think that is atrocious. All of it is atrocious.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary.
Oh, thank you. I know, right? Who would have thought that? Not me. I'm the best daughter-in-law you'll ever
Not,
have.
not.
Yes, she is.
He's like, she's my
Love
favorite
you.
daughter-in-law.
Not daughter. You don't like your mom.
All right. Uh, so anyway,
Um,
yeah, so I and Sabri just took my phone, but I was checking to see because I thought I heard that Trump was going to Nigeria. I wanted to look into that to see if that was when that was happening, if it's happening for real. But if he does go, that would be phenomenal. Or if anyone from the US State Department goes, that would send such a strong message. And I hope that they do go, and I hope that they keep talking about it. And I hope they keep putting it in the forefront because people don't ever think about it. Christians are the most persecuted in the world. Nobody thinks about that. They are the most persecuted people, the most persecuted religion in the world, but no one talks about it. And this is sad, but if it's happening all the time in the Middle East, it's happening
yes.
in Africa all the time. It is happening in the US in certain ways. It's happening in Europe in certain ways. It's happening in Asia, and it's really just a sad thing because people just turn a blind eye to it. They don't
Mm-hmm.
care. And, it's crazy because even the pastors and the priests are on the video saying, "We need Trump. Get this video to Trump." They know he's the only one who's going to put a spotlight as to what is happening out there. Everybody else will just ignore it because what's the benefit to them to bring this to the forefront? Who cares about what's happening in Nigeria? Like, really, what resources do they have that we can steal? None. So why bother? And so it finally got to his attention and he put something out there saying, we got to protect them. This is not right, blah, blah, blah. Nicki Minaj, God bless her. I don't
Hmm.
know her music. I don't know whatever. She's does her thing. Let her do it. She's successful. I don't ever begrudge anyone's success. So, but she was brave enough to
Hmm.
actually put out there, thank you to Trump for bringing this to the spotlight and letting people know. And people are mad. And she wrote back to somebody and said, what do persecuted and genocided Nigerian Christians have to do with you being gay? Because a lot of the LGBT community was attacking her, and she's like, "What does that have to do with you being gay?" And that she was just, you know what, a lot of respect for her on that.
Yes.
Yeah, because others would be like, "Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to offend anyone," but no, she was just like, "Yeah, I
I
don't
don't I
stop
don't get
following
the
me. I don't
correlation
need
there
you."
either. What's that?
Yeah, she's like, stop following me. I don't need you. Yeah, I don't need
Right,
your like.
right. I'm already quite successful.
Yeah. All right, I don't need your lose. And it just goes to show who the real losers are in all this, who the real mentally ill people are.
Right,
You don't want her to bring attention to the persecuted Nigerians who are the Christians in Nigeria because Trump is trying to stop it from happening. So you want it to happen some more? I don't understand. You're okay with them killing Christians in Nigeria. You're okay with them killing Black Christians because Trump wants to stop the killing of the Black Christians. Oh, okay. Got it. Got it. It just goes back to the whole thing where Trump said, I could cure cancer, and they would complain that I cured cancer. No, I want my cancer. Cancer is good for you. What is wrong with cancer? Oh, you're a horrible person. You cured cancer. It just
right,
goes to show the mental illness that people have. And it's really sad and pathetic. But that's what those people are. They're sad and pathetic. And so,
yes.
yeah, I don't know. But yeah, no, thank you for bringing that up because that is a real important thing for me. And
Hmm.
yeah, I wanted to talk through it.
Yes. I it re violence and anger against someone you disagree with is never the answer, and I don't care what the topic is. And I mean, then
Mm,
to attack a place of worship,
yeah,
whether it's a church or a synagogue, because that's happened too. Any
mm,
of those things, it's wrong.
it's very wrong. Yeah. And so, you know what? Again, lots of sick people in this world, lots of
Hmm.
really mentally ill, unstable people.
And they're angry.
And they're angry, and nobody knows why they're angry. They just know that they're told to be angry. So they are because they can't think for themselves. They don't have any critical thinking. So I really don't think that Nicki Minaj voted for Trump, but she was decent enough to acknowledge what he's doing for those, Nigerian Christians and
Right,
trying to help them and stand up for them. So, you know, yeah, it just floors me how ridiculous they really are.
right, right. Mm. Another ridiculous topic. That was a little bit of an easier segue.
Yes, you're getting
But
better.
yeah, thank you. I guess if it's really atrocious topics, it's hard to segue into it because it's atrocious anyway,
It's horrible. Yeah.
you know. But Gavin Newsom begged to be on the Joe Rogan podcast, and now he is saying that Joe Rogan is irrelevant. He's the Facebook of social media, on and on and on and on.
So wait, when did he beg to go on? Did he go on, or did Joe
He was,
Rogan refuse him?
my understanding that Joe Rogan refused him.
Oh, so he's just having a temper tantrum. Got it. Got it. Okay. Because I was like, wait, I don't follow Gavin Newsom enough to care about what he's doing. But then, yeah, okay. So that makes sense. So he tried to
Mhm.
get on. They said, no, thank you. And now he's like, I don't like Joe Rogan. Yeah. No, yeah. Joe Rogan. Yeah.
I
So
didn't want to play with you anyway.
yeah, I'm taking my ball and I'm going home. Bah, 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 bah. Yeah, nah. He's a moron. Gavin Newsom. Put some more oil and grease in your hair.
Right?
It's
What
like
is that about?
it's about
Yeah.
him being gross.
Should we call him Greasy Gavin? Does anyone call him
No,
that?
I don't think anyone does. Good job, Stephanie. I like that.
Thank you. And it's got a little alliteration in there, and I'm a super fan of that.
Ooh, very nice.
That's what I have about Greasy Gavin Newsom.
Now you sound like Trump. I love it.
Thank you.
Love, 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 love. Oh,
There was a topic, this was in a Gold's Gym in LA. I don't know if you heard about
I,
this.
I think I heard about this. Yes, but go ahead.
Yes, a very outspoken woman, her gym membership was revoked because she complained about a guy in the women's locker room and she said she felt violated. And I'm glad she used that term of violated. She basically said she was standing there changing her clothes just from the shower, naked, and turns around and there's a guy there.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So wrong.
so wrong. And she went out and she yelled and she screamed. And at first, when I saw it, I thought, what is going on? And then that's what it was. And I'm like, I wouldn't care for that either.
No, no. I think it's disgusting that they revoked her membership.
Right.
And I didn't watch the video you're talking about with the whole actual incident. I watched the one that she did afterwards in her call.
Hmm.
And she said, look, I'm a lesbian. I'm gay. But a grown man should not be in a women's room. You're not a girl, and you never will be a girl. And she's like, you were never a little girl. And so that's even more important. So yeah, good for her. She was awesome. And my understanding is that people are canceling their Gold's Gym membership because of what happened. They agree with her, they're supporting her, which is great. I don't understand why these gyms don't understand that because it happened at another gym as well, where,
Okay.
yeah, where a guy was in a woman's room, changing room and, the locker room, and she complained, and they were like, well, no, he can be in there because he says he's a woman. Like, why don't ever women do that? Why aren't
That,
women going, like, they don't ever say, oh, I'm going to the men's room, locker room, I'm a man. Bah. Why is it always these creepy, weirdo guys that feel the
right.
need to go into like the women's spaces? So good for her. And I'm sure she'll find another gym where she feels safer and they actually understand biology that men can never be women. But yeah, it's really sad how people are just they're either afraid to actually acknowledge it, like the people who work at the gym, they probably were afraid that if they sided with her, that they would get in trouble because the guy says he's a woman when he's clearly not, just because of the whole cancel culture and stupidity.
Hmm.
But, good for her for standing up and not backing down. And you know what? They did her a favor. She'll find a better gym and she won't have to deal with that nonsense ever again at the gym, wherever she goes. Because I just don't understand why they can't get in their heads basic biology. There's two genders, man, woman.
Well, and I guess if you, that to me is a little bit of a tricky situation. And I do have to give her a shout out because she is
Oh, yeah, she's
jacked.
awesome.
Yeah, she looked great. She was using the gym properly.
Yeah.
Um, but so say you are a transgender. Let's just go with you were born male, now you identify and had all the surgery and you're female. And if anyone would see you and you're just trying to fit in and live your life and be your person, maybe you're in the changing room, but you're in one of the curtains or one of the little side rooms and you're just being a human being, not being a creepo pedophile. I think there's a difference there. Do you see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but
Hmm.
you still biologically are a man. Now, nobody cared about this. Here's the thing. nobody cared
Hmm.
because it's such a small percentage of the population, but they made it into such a big deal. Those they were living their lives. No one cared. No one bothered them. No one did whatever you want. Because they were real. You know, they really immersed themselves into it. And they were living their lives as women. They were doing these things. Now it's just a caricature. Anybody can say it and you have to believe it. And it's like, no, 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 no. So,
Right.
yes, there are a percentage of the population who truly believe they are.
Hmm.
They are not the problem.
Agreed.
It's the ones who are taking advantage of it, the ones who are trying to push it down your throat, the ones who are saying, it's like you don't even look like you're even trying to be, you're just looking like an ugly man who threw lipstick on to be able to walk into the women's room.
Right.
Like,
Right.
no, there's two genders. That's it. You can't say anything else.
Well, and a lot of times
But you need these people that are like that guy. She's like, he didn't even look like a girl. Like there was nothing about him that was womanly,
he had one earring on.
which is also not what women do.
Right.
But yeah, I no, good for her. I'm glad that she did it. I'm glad that she brought attention to this and exposed them for this what they are. And I'm glad that people are canceling their gym memberships in solidarity and support because there are millions of gyms out there. I mean, it's not like there's a shortage of gyms. And
Right.
guess what? You can actually have your own equipment at your house or apartment. I mean, it doesn't take much to set up stuff.
Right.
Yeah. And it's not that expensive, depending on
No.
what you want. You want some free weights and stuff like that. But no, I mean, nobody should, it's kind of like, why are men or boys in women's and girls' sports? Makes no sense.
Yeah.
They don't belong there. They're not, they just, oh, I'm not successful at competing against the guys. I know. I'll compete against the girls. Yeah.
Hmm.
And that way I'll win my trophies because I'm an idiot. And that's, I'm going to take opportunities away from women. And then the feminists are supporting them. I thought you were supposed to support real women, not men who are pretending to be women.
Right. Right. Yeah. And I mean, I just the college scholarships, the accolades, all of the
Oh,
hard
yeah.
work that these female athletes do, and then it's wrong.
Yeah, it's very wrong. Yeah. Live your life. Do what you want to do. Don't interfere with other people's lives
Right.
because you're not good enough to compete against the guys, which you are one. So now you have to compete against the girls because you know that you're faster than them, stronger than them, and just biologically have more advantage. And they're not going to be every girl. There's some that they're going to be able to close or whatever, but 99% of the time, they're going to win.
Hmm. Well, larger lung capacity, more muscle,
Yeah, the whole
taller.
testosterone thing, it's in
Yeah.
their system. Oh no, they're taking estrogen. Yeah, okay, but when? Not when they were born.
Right. Right.
And by the way, don't ever do that to your child. Give them hormones at a young age. If they really want to be with something different, they can do it when they're 18, when they're legal and older, and they can maybe think about it for a minute before ruining their lives.
And I do wonder what's going to happen with health ramifications. Are there going to be any?
Tons.
There's got to be.
We already know there's so many. Well, first of all, a lot of the teenagers, when they transition, they think that's what's going to make them happy. They're not. They kill themselves. The suicide rate is higher for them because they realize, like, what did I do to my body? What did I do to myself? And so it's one of those things where there's tons of mental, emotional, physical implications on these poor kids that are getting pushed into this. This wasn't how it was 10 years ago. 20 years ago, 30 years ago, it's small population that was this
Mm-hmm.
way, that felt that they were, in the wrong body, what have you.
Mm-hmm.
Not this whole cultural of people who need attention because mommy and daddy didn't love them enough. So now they're doing, oh, if I go on social media and say that I'm this, I'm going to get likes. Do, do, do. Oh, look at the hearts. Oh, you're brave. Oh, I love you. You're the best. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. So then they just keep going for it because that's the only validation that they're getting. So, and they're weak and that's what they want. They need validation. They didn't get it from the home environment, most likely. And they're getting it from where they can. And if that means lying about who they are and mutilating their bodies, it's worth it to them, which is a very sad state of affairs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I don't know. It's something.
Yeah. It's sad.
And there was also something that President Trump had mentioned that he will cease federal funding,
Mhm.
saying to New York. Back on this topic, I jumped around a bit, but
That's
he
okay.
will cease he will cease federal funding, citing that it should not go to places where elected leaders are hostile to America's core values.
Yeah.
So, what do
Okay.
we think about that?
I think that's awesome. If you're not pro-America, if you're not America first, if you have some other priority and you're a public leader, you're a politician, you're a servant, you don't belong there. America first is the only thing that you need to do as a politician.
Right. In
And if that's
America.
America,
Yeah.
God bless America, the United States of America,
Hmm.
it has to be your number one priority and the American citizens. And
Right.
not illegals, but actual American citizens who pay taxes, who contribute, who work here, live here, raise their families here. And if they were immigrants, they came to this country legally, the right way, and
And
did
that's
what
what
they
America's
needed to
about.
do. Yes, yes. So, yeah, I don't blame him. I think that's great. Yeah, I hope he's
So I
able to.
think I think we have some interesting days ahead.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
We know how it's going to end up, but I just don't know how long it'll take, and hopefully people are safe in the meantime.
Yep, yep.
So I
Mm.
don't know. It's a um it's a sad state of affairs for that, but I guess, just like there's a lot of people that I know that are sad that Trump is president, even though that's what the majority wanted. That's what the majority of people wanted there in that state. So
No,
that's what it
it's
is.
fine that you get what you vote for. And that is
Hmm.
fine. I'm not mad about it. I mean, I don't live there, thank God. But they're going to realize the fallacy of everything that he said
Yeah.
eventually.
I just can't understand how intelligent Americans, because there are some intelligent Americans
Yeah,
that voted for him, which I don't know if I don't know what their thought process is. I can't fathom what it would be.
who knows?
Right.
They're not that intelligent. That's all. If they did the vote for him, they voted for him, how intelligent can they really be? They might be because they don't understand anything. They don't remember what it is. So they're going off of this fantasy land of, oh
Mhm.
yeah, everything is going to be great. Everyone's going to be equal. We're going to be holding hands, singing Kumbaya, and all the rich people are just going to pay for everything, and I don't have to do anything, and it's all going to come to me for free, free, free. Yay!
Because that's how it works.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly how it works in
Yeah.
fantasy land. Yeah. No. Yeah, I don't know.
I, I don't know if there's any other topics you want to bring up or discuss on this beautiful Wednesday evening,
No, I'm
other than
good.
it looks like it's midnight when
I
it's,
know, but it's not only 7:20 and pitch black outside. I don't like it.
yeah.
I do not like that. Yeah, no, I am not a fan of daylight savings.
I
So,
like the cooler weather, but I don't like
no, I like the
the
cooler weather. Yeah, in Florida, it's nice when we get like into the cooler weather,
hmm
um, yeah, the 70s and 60s. Doesn't last long, but it's there. I do like
hmm
that, but I don't like it being dark so early. And I don't
right,
like to wake up when it's dark.
right.
So, I don't know. Hopefully one day they finally get rid of it.
Yeah, probably soon.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I crack up because people are like, oh, well, they started it for the farmers. I said, farmers don't care about daylight savings. They wake up and work and get all their stuff done and then go to sleep. Like they did it for the farmers? Like, what does that even mean? Like it always
Yeah.
cracks me up that that was the reason that I would, in school, we were like, oh yeah, they started it. So the farmers. I'm like, what?
The farmers have been getting up at like 3, 4 in the morning
But the
forever.
farmers don't punch a clock.
Right.
The crops don't care when they get to them.
Right. Right.
Cows are going to get milked when they need to get milked, regardless
Right.
of time and when the sun is setting or rising. Like,
Exactly.
give me a break. Like, blaming the poor farmers.
Oh boy. Well,
Anyway,
should I give us the sign out?
I think so.
All right. Don't be a loser.
For the love of God.
I'm Stephanie.
I'm Helen.
See you next time.
Bye bye.